Accountex 2023, we are live in London, and I've got a wonderful person with me. It's Julia Penny of the ICAEW. Hello to you, Julia.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing splendid now. We've had the privilege of sharing a panel together. We just spoke recently about women in accounting, so a packed out theatre here. Why did the ICAEW come to Accountex, Julia?
Well, I think for ICAEW, the fact that we've got so many accountants, more different walks of life, lots of different firms in particular, means that it's an ideal place for ICAEW to be seen, to talk about some of our strategic themes. So the diversity stuff that we were talking about, that's one of our strategic themes at the moment. The theatre, they're talking about sustainability, which is another of our key strategic themes. So there's opportunities to talk to people as well as be there and answer questions.
Yeah. Now, ICAEW, Institute of Chartered Accountants in the world. There may be some watchers who are an international show that have not heard of you. So give a brief explanation of this wonderful organisation, Julia.
So, as you say, ICAEW, Institute of Chartered Accountants, England and Wales. It sounds a little bit parochial, if I'm honest. However,
more than that, no.
We are global. Our trainees now, over a quarter, are training globally outside the UK. Membership, obviously, the statistics take a while to change overall, but we've got slightly shy of 20% members outside of the UK. And we were formed in 1880, which is an awful long time ago. But I like to think that we've moved with the times. As I said, our strategic aims, our vision is a world of sustainable economies and preparing our members to be able to help that to happen. The ICAEW is about much more than number crunching. And young people in particular who don't have much of an idea, what's being an accountant all about, well, they need to look again because, it's about tech. Because look at Accountex, it's about tech, it's about sustainability, it's about building diversity, attracting talent to this new world, as well as all of the traditional things like training accountants, being trusted advisors, being auditors. So we've got the traditional, but cutting edge as well.
Now you're president of this organisation. What does being president mean? What does your job involve?
It's a very busy job. It's a job for a year. It's unpaid. I hasten to add for anybody who's thinking, yes, that'll be a nice job to apply for just for a year. However, it has two parts to it, or it has had two parts. We're going to be changing it. Part of it is chairing the board. It's those tasks of how do we make sure the board looks at the right things, discusses the right things, comes to good conclusions. And it's about meeting members talking about the strategy. So I spent an awful lot of time this year having conversations, talking, listening. What do people think about sustainability? Are they talking to their clients? Are they talking to their companies? How are they dealing with it? And all of the other issues that I've said in our strategy. So it's a huge mix of meeting with members, listening to members, asking them to do things like act on sustainability. And I have to say, there's an awful lot of eating involved. Dinners, lunches, breakfasts, afternoon teas.
You talk about some of the issues now. I'm going to ask you what kind of shape the accounting profession is in right now, but while we set some context for that, inclusion, sustainability, DEI, ESG, the economy, Brexit, making tax digital, tax regulation, all of these things going on, the economic crisis. Accountants are right in the middle of the mix now.
They are, and I think a lot of them are finding that very hard. A lot of them are working really long hours, and that has some unfortunate consequences, some of which are people exit the workplace altogether. It's like, it's too much. Particularly the impact of the pandemic made a lot of people reappraise what they were doing. But the other side of it is more important than ever that we've got assurance, and in the future we'll have to assure sustainability information as well as financial information. And I think as professional bodies, we are set up to serve the public interest, not just to be a member organisation. We are a member organisation, and our members are really hugely important to us. But it's about the accounting professional serving the public interest. How can we make a difference to those things? How can we help our clients, the companies we work with, how can we help them to navigate these difficult times, to deal with cost of business crisis, cost of living crisis, to deal with ESG and sustainability. The diversity side is really important, not least on the cutting edge from an attractiveness of the profession point of view. If you're only attractive to half of the population or less than half of the population, how can you hope to get the best into your profession? So I think we have to work with our members and the people that our members work with to help these difficult issues be a little bit easier to deal with.
You mentioned the attractiveness the profession. It's a leading question, but does the accountancy profession have an image problem? We know that less and less people are taking accounting degrees. We know that there's talent out from accounting, maybe to go into fintech or industry or out of the profession altogether. We're seeing that in the United States as well. What would you say to that?
I mean, there is a bit of an image problem. I mean, who hasn't seen the Monty Python sketch of, boring accountant sort of thing? I want to be a lion tamer instead. But I think, increasingly we are starting to get across to people that it's about more than just the boring bits that people see, especially with tech taking away a lot of the boring bits. So you've got tech taking away bookkeeping types of tasks, but then you're bringing in another layer, analysing what the data is saying, understanding what it means about the company's efficiency and how well it's doing, and really getting to the heart of what makes a business tick and how we can make it run better. So there's a lot of work to do. Some countries are struggling more quickly, if you can use that phrase, than others, with the attractiveness of the profession being a real issue. But I think we as accountants and those involved with accountants need to see it's about so much more than might at first appear. So, yes, a bit of a problem, but we can deal with it.
You're a qualified accountant.
Yeah.
Some said the accounting qualifications are not fit for purpose insofar as who needs double entry bookkeeping these days. You need to know the principles of it, but the technology, there's a lot of it that push for them. Leadership's not very much in the qualification. The technology that's driving forward, and even AI right now. What would you say to that? I mean, I'm stirring the pot here, Julie.
No, surely not. And what I'm going to say is ICAEW is very well aware of these changing shifts. We've got data analytics models in our exams. Our exams are sat on computers. We don't sit with pen and paper and whatever, like I did in days gone by. So we've got data analytics in the exams. We've got auto-populated spreadsheets. You have to go on to the next level of analysing what the spreadsheets say rather than sticking a number in. Because, let's face it, AI can definitely stick a number in the spreadsheet.
Well, AI can pass an accounting qualification.
It can. However, there's a big difference between passing and qualifications. ICAEW, for instance, yes, you can pass the exams, but you don't get the qualification until you've got the experience. And it's the experience that gives you that ability to judge. And when I talk to firms, I've talked to a lot of firms over the last year, when I talk to them and I say, well, hasn't tech stopped you needing so many people? Doesn't tech do all of the work? And no, actually, we need even more people. We need the people to come in to judge what the tech is saying, to have better quality audits, to have better understanding of what's going on in the company. So I think some accountancy qualifications, and certainly in some cases, they are still looking at debits, credits, and perhaps in schools they're still too backward looking. They haven't really caught up with what accountancy in the real life is, which is very much tech orientated, very much judgment orientated, very much value added services, whether it's audit value added, whether it's consultancy value added, whether it's tax, or all of the other myriad things that accountants do.
I'm going to ask you to finish in a moment, Julie, by asking what gives you most hope for the future of accounting. But just before I do that, as president, you said it's only for a year, you're vice president before that, and there's a lead-up, there's a process here, but how would the success of your tenure as president be measured, you feel, or how would you want it to be measured?
How I want it to be measured? I would hope that people can see a difference, that I've made a difference perhaps to people who've seen a woman be in that position. We've had, I'm the fourth, I'm not the first by any stretch, but nonetheless, 4 women out of approximately 142 or whatever isn't that many. So I hope that I've made a difference in terms of the role models. I hope that I've made a difference in terms of the conversations that I've had, asking people to drive sustainability, talk, decisions, action, driving EDI, as you say, the equality, the diversity, the inclusion. So I hope by talking to people, by being involved in committees, by being involved on the board, by helping to direct the way that ICAEW goes, that people can see a difference. You won't be able to see it, my influence on my own, because I'm only a teeny little part of the whole thing. But one of the wider issues I think people can see is progress.
You've definitely got two outstanding qualifications. One is you're extremely passionate, and the other is you're willing to get stuck in and roll your sleeves up and have tough conversations, and that will serve you well. So let's finish, Julie, by asking you, where is the hope for you? What excites you most about the next 4 years?
What excites me most is that there are, as you say, so many challenges in the accountancy profession, in business economy as a whole. But if you've got challenges, you've got opportunities. Think of the opportunities in sustainability, in terms of new ways of doing business, in terms of assurance services, in terms of making our planet sustainable so that we all have a really good future to live. Activity has gone way beyond ledgers and numbers, because all of the tech that we see here at Accountex, that all deals with that side of it. What we need next is the people, the hearts and minds, to drive forward changes so that we end up in the world of sustainable employers.
Well, with leaders like you, Julie, and the profession is in very good hands. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been an honour.
Thank you very much, Rob. It's so good to see you.